Hey everyone, WMAR 2 News meteorologist Mike Taylor with an outlook on your forecast. We'll be addressing tropical storm, soon to be Hurricane Florence, as early as possibly tonight. The storm's going through some restructuring, and it appears to me that it's going to really start to intensify over the next 24 to 36 hours. So let me jump right into the forecast. First things first, it is officially a tropical storm at the time of this update, but it's going to be dated pretty soon because just looking at the structuring, how the banding is starting to show, even some convection or some thunderstorms starting to flare up near the eye, it's going to start to increase in its intensity. Right now, it's a pretty formidable tropical storm. 65-mile-per-hour winds, gusts at 75 miles per hour. The pressure pretty stable, and it's going to eventually begin to lower here over the next couple of hours, moving west at 7 miles per hour. That's the key into this forecast update and why it's a concern for the East Coast. It's moving west, and based on the steering currents, it appears it will continue to do so. Still a small window of opportunity. You can go back out to sea. I'm thinking Sunday is going to be that determining factor. If it can sustain its western track, well, that's going to put it in a major category phase, anywhere from 3 to about a 4. And just looking at the forecast trends here, this is going to be something that could be a concern for the East Coast. Right now, it does appear that the Carolinas are at the greatest risk as opposed to, say, Virginia and Maryland, but all the coastal states are in play at this moment in time. One of the weaknesses with forecasting in general, or meteorology in general, it's the ocean. We don't have a lot of coverage to really help our models out in forecasting and figuring out where these storms are going to go, and that's why there's so much uncertainty with situations like this, or even snowfall forecasts. The science is still pretty young and is playing some catch-up. So we'll use the best model, at least in my opinion, when it comes to these types of events, and just showing you how the trend is, and notice how the National Hurricane Center is in line with this same model. And I'm going to freeze it here because I don't want it to make it imminent that it's going to make landfall in the Carolinas. But you can see right now, just based on the cone of possibility, they're in play to see some, we'll say some bad weather by next Thursday as far as the rain and the wind and all the dangers that come along with these hurricanes. So as far as the watching the coast scenario for late next week, based on how the models are converging, I shaded it in red here. And notice that it does include portions of Delmarva, Virginia, the Outer Banks, and also the Carolinas, but it does appear that the models are starting to converge a little bit on the East Coast. So it goes without saying it's going to be something to follow if you live on the East Coast, and we'll continue to post updates right here at WMAR2news.com. With that said, hope you have a safe weekend forecast. Stay up to date with this tropical system that's churning out in the Atlantic. We'll give you the latest updates as soon as they become available from the National Hurricane Center and also from our team of meteorologists. Have a good one.